Well, just playing around here with the saw, and if you watch the videos, and I even mentioned a couple of times, you know, the saw, and I warm my saw up usually pretty good, and it's balking a little when I tip it on its side, or you know, start to cut a tree, and then you get labors, and you have to kind of work the throttle a little bit. It's not running smooth. So I usually take the top off the saw every 3 or 4 tanks of gas I run through it, and I just take the air hose and I blow it out, get rid of the sawdust and all that, and kind of give the air filter a little blow, cleans it up a little bit. And you can always tell it runs better, but that's what it looks like. So I'm at it here. I'm going to just show you what an old one looks like and what the new one looks like, and I'm hoping it'll run better here once we get it going. I don't know if you can see, but there's grooves in there, and there's little felts, and even though I blew it out just the other day, you know, it doesn't look like it helped much. So, you know, that's the old one. So I got a nice new one here. So you never want to you can blow a filter out, hurt it too much. If you blow on this side, lightly blow it out. If you turn your filter over, it blows out better, it blows out easier. But if you blow out from the back side, you actually wreck all the fibers in the filter, and it's no good. You know, some people used to just douse some little can of gas, rinse it off, whatever, you know, it gets rid of the sawdust, it's good for a little while, but you actually wreck the filter. So filter's designed with fibers, you know, it's just very easy to change, and they're not that expensive. So, you know, I blow mine out a few times, just a gentle, you know, air, and it looks too bad like that, then it's time to change it. I buy filters, I usually buy a couple at a time, and it's a little loud. I know we're making a little noise, but you know, I could put that other filter in and it'll tell you it will not do that, because I tried to warm it up this morning and it wouldn't stay running. That's why I decided that I would just pull that filter right out. And so a little bit of things, you know, I mean, your saw, some people might think, oh my god, my carburetor's not working right, or this is not right. Something's in the jets, and it's not that at all. It's just clean up the air filter and go with that first. That's the cheapest, to go with there first. And so we're going to snap it all back together. Two clips. So she's all ready to go back to the bush, and this one to the garbage can. So we'll be heading to the bush shortly. I just want to show you a little something here I've talked about modifying with my Skidoo and my setup. I know a lot of people like it. I like it. It works for me, but show you a little something here. So for any Tundra owners, This is a long track Tundra, but if you look at here, and the track comes up short of the back, normally this track would be back here. It's a long track skidoo, and I'll explain a little more what I did. I bought new sprockets, and these sprockets are quite a bit bigger than the ones that were originally in here. They're, the old sprockets just kind of drop down in the hole of the track. The new ones here, they grab the track on top as well. So you hear me driving, and you'll hear click, 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 click. If you look at this track, if I bounce a little, there's some screws in there, and it actually, the rubber nips them screws just a tiny bit. Depends on how it's sitting. But, so this track is actually not a Tundra track. As you can see, this is a 3/4 incher, or a 1 inch, they would call. This track is originally off of a Indy Trail. An Indy Trail. A 500 Indy Trail. And the guy told me he had it because my track was kind of cracking a little bit, and I used to spin out quite often in the bush with the track that it originally come with, because the tread, if you turned your finger sideways, your finger stuck up higher than the tread. And you know, you can see we got a nice bit here. So I had to cut these rails. I had to cut the rails and drill new holes and move the adjustment forward, because I'm about that much shorter than what the original track was on here. So yeah, there's just, I needed a little more traction. The Tundra, when it's running good, the Tundra has enough power, even as the long track, and as a long track, it would actually spin and you get stuck. So I figure this, with the extra power, it's good. If I get out in the deep snow with a toboggan, I will power down. If I'm pulling too hard, it'll actually power down before I'll spin out. It'll start to power down on me. And so I just have to drop the toboggan, go on through, make a trail, come back, hook on the toboggan, away I go. And you hardly know what's there, but the track fills up with snow, and with the toboggan just empty, I can break trail. Pretty deep snow. If you go back to videos last winter when I was out, I was breaking fresh trail. The snow was deep, and I actually had a fair little load of wood on there one day, and you know, I cut through, and as long as you got the RPM up and keep the RPM up, it'll go. It'll go before it spins out. So that's why I'm able to take off no problem. That's why even on the ice, you know, it takes off pretty good. You see me pulling 2 toboggans, or that big toboggan over there. You know, that toboggan's 10 feet long. And I've hauled some pretty big loads last year. Go back through the videos, you know, I was hauling 6 to 8. I think I hauled 8, actually, one load. You know, all 8 to 10 inch trees. 12 feet long, 10 feet long. So just little modifications, and then I rebuilt the motor, and it run quite a bit better last year, but I didn't do the bearings and the crank, and that's why, if you've been following me along for a while, you know the story. I said my Skidoo was gone for a while. It was in the hospital. So I took it into a shop there. They pulled it apart and put new crank bearings in for me. And so she runs good, and you know, it just it does the chores I need it to do for me. So, but we were pretty cool last night, minus 20 Celsius. We've been getting cool at night, but warming up really good. I mean, it's just about February, or I mean, just about March, you know. February's disappearing pretty fast. Another week, or 10 days, I guess, but this is March weather. Like, I mean, you know, water's dripping off the roof, and we're getting up to 0, +2, -2, -4. We've had too many days like that. It's been kind of a strange year, but I guess it was predicted. The El Nino just wanted to really warm us up this year, and so not many days that I can't go haul firewood. It's warm enough to get out in the bush and go and get a little fresh air. And so I hope that those of you that have been following me for a while kind of understand the Skidoo, and those of you that are just catching up with my channel, go on and check out some of the other videos back. You'll see what I did over the last couple of years with the Skidoo, and you know, just the way I make trails, where I go get my wood, and how much wood I haul. I haul generally around 20 cord. Last year I hauled a little more than 20 cord, full cord. Yeah, I got ahead a little bit, so I haul wood now. I'm hauling for next year, not for this year. I got lots stocked up here, so no big rush, but still nice to get out, get some fresh air. So I hope it gives you a little knowledge. If the toboggan you see here, you know, see patterns of building it. I go back a few videos. There's my building, kind of how I designed it, and all that stuff is on there. Works awesome for hauling wood. I used to pull one like that. I just built a lid for it when I was trapping back in my younger days. One of the first toboggans I built, and that just worked great. So yeah, there's a lot you can do with it, and it works awesome. So catch you later. I'm gonna try and get out and get some wood. Well, I'm starting on a new trail. As you can see, I have to cut a little bit. Little one, I think I can just run over it. There's dead ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't see in the sun, but there's right here beside me some smaller ones that are dead, and the bigger ones broke off. So I'm going to extend this trail around, try and catch up with our other trail. Oh my goodness. Yeah, freaking trail, toboggan behind. But you see toward the sun, there's 1, 2 dead ones. Right up there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They broke off, they're dead. And ahead of me here, we got one nice big one there. I'll make my trail beside it, and another broke off one, little broke off one. So we're going to try and make my other patches over there. So we're going to just see if we can get a little cutting done though. Can't bounce through this. Well, let it chop and see where we get. Well, we made her. Boy, she's warm today to start working. And I got a big log here I got to cut down out of the way, but my trail come around here, so I'll make it so I can go out that way. Cut it back by that willow bush, but I'll make 3 or 4 trips through there and pack it out a little wider wherever I can, closer to the dead trees. This one's quite a ways back. I don't know, it's a nice dead one. It's leaning way over that stump, so maybe once I fall it, maybe I can hook onto it, try and pull it, bring a rope with me maybe next time. It's a little too far from my trail. It's not going to fall by my trail. I don't really want to make another trail right beside it, but I might have to. But there's lots of other ones that are prime wood to cut, so yeah, we'll clean the rest of this up and get a load of wood cut up here. Yeah, you'll see where I'm going. Took a wrong turn back there. Kind of come up where them other wood piles, and I'm going to make a loop here because there's a bunch. These are all standing dead ones, standing really tall. Tamarack there. Spruce broke off. Another one there. Another one there. So I just kind of make a loop here, and I'm going to go over that way, and I'm going to come out on my other trail that I was making this morning. So guys, this is what I do. This video is just another, you know, making a trail in. If we do start getting a bunch more snow, then I don't have to wade through the snow up to my knees or up to my ass, because there's not much snow. Makes it pretty easy getting around. So there, I'm back to the other trail, so I'm going to get my saw picked up and go finish cutting up a log and get a load on.